Hello guys, back here today for a new Hypixel Skyblock video. Today I'm going to showcase to you my new Shadow Fury. And well, I decided to get one to hopefully help me do some more damage while I try to grind, well, more talismans. Which brings me to my little tip for people who are starting to get into the mid-game-ish phase of Skyblock. And that is that spending coins on new cool gear, while it does seem attractive and it's in some cases what's going to get you more damage, that's, well, ironically, not always the case. In fact, most of the times it isn't. Because in order to do actually more sustainable damage, you need to grind other areas, like your combat skill, or talismans, or Slayer even, if you want to get that little extra bit of damage. A lot of people have also said this before, that a lot of players are currently running around with 3/4 Shadow Assassin armor, or aka the Shadow Assassin non-setup, which is, well, totally not me, but they are basically having a more expensive equals better mentality. And while, like I said, that's maybe the case sometimes, most of the times it isn't, because this really only applies to endgame players who've put in the time to grind more tedious things like, well, again, the combat skill, talismans, possibly Slayer, even, well, foraging. But, I mean, that's if you're really desperate. But anyways, I'm just trying to say that you should not just play Hypixel Skyblock to get coins and spend them on some expensive sword or armor set. Alright, anyways, enough hypocrisy, because I totally did not just buy myself a 30 million coin sword out of nowhere to get better damage. Alright, so we're here at the graveyard, and we're kind of gonna do a little bit of a damage comparison. So, well, I mean, right here, I have a Livid Dagger that I used to use before my Shadow Fury, and basically, um, the base stats between each of these are, well, extremely different. The Shadow Fury, although it is one for all, if we go over to the auction house, that if we just see one of these Shadow Furies, in fact, well, first of all, the base damage is pretty much the same, even without, like, one for all. So, yeah, the only thing that it really increases is strength, and, well, no, actually, Wizard would contribute to that. Man, I'm a bozo. But, basically, if we just do kind of a little bit of a damage comparison, Livid Dagger right here, it does 57,000 damage from a front hit, which is horrible, but in here we do 114 from back hits. And, well, I'm actually pretty bad at the game, so with somebody with much better gear, you would actually do quite a lot more with Livid Dagger. But if we now use the Shadow Fury, 147,000, which is very, very much of an increase. It's even more than the back hit from the Livid Dagger. Point is that Shadow Fury is just, well, overall a much better weapon. Also, Livid Dagger still has its place in the meta, because people who don't have a lot of coins are, well, they're gonna be interested in swords that are not that expensive, but are still pretty good for their kind of demographic. And Livid Dagger definitely suits that place, because if we, again, go over here to the auction house, but, right here, Livid Dagger. Head over to one, it's pretty good. Actually, no. Well, I mean, okay, that actually isn't pretty good. But, I mean, Livid Dagger, as you can see right now, is hovering over 8 million. A little bit less, but 8 million, 9 million. One that's... Actually, that's kind of bad. Here, this one's similar, like mine. 10 million. You know, I mean, 10 million is a little bit expensive actually for early game players, but for people who have actually played the game a little bit more, Lofi Dagger is a very good option. So you should not be discouraged from buying one because it's still a very good weapon, and that bonus attack speed that it has will really suit you well. So, anyways, let's go over to the dungeons test now, because this is where you'll really see a damage increase between the two. Alright, so we're in dungeons, and we're just gonna do a little bit of a damage test, like I said. And, you know, fairly simple. Let me get ready. Alright. Really, actually, run Mozart at all. Don't go over gameplay for this. Just for the sake of testing up damage. Actually, as you can see there, it's actually nearly 2 million with the Shadow Fury. And 1 million with the Livid Dagger. Not too bad. So, just blood rush this real quick. Let's get to Livid. Oh, well, as you can see, we're pretty bad. Alright, we're actually gonna do a little bit of a blood room test here. Just for the sake of it. And then we'll get on to Livid. Throwing, not throwing the run here. Oh, no, it's not. Well, actually, that's a little bit of a damage just opportunity. I don't know if you can see that. Ooh, actually knocked him down. Doing horribly. That's like 15, 16,000. I actually think I was doing 300,000 to Livid, but I may be wrong. Getting calls out of the chats. Don't worry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm bad at dungeons, I know. Ultimate run through it. I'm sorry, but this video is already too long. Alright. Time to die. Sorry, Tango Whiskey. Oh my god, it's gonna be hard for this. Oh, wait. Actually not getting mauled. Oh my god. I'm not getting accurate readings. Oh, 1-8, almost 200,000. Oh no. Oh no. Go back up there. Oh, Lofi from this. Oh, save is so trash. And the B. I didn't expect this to win anyways. And finally, we're gonna do Slayer after this, so please don't click off. Alright, so we're here at the Crypts, and we're just going to run some tier 4 revs to end off the video. Couple with the Shadow Fury, and couple with the Livid Dagger. So, let me just speed up Bonnie real quick. Alright, spawned it. See how fast we can kill it. Alright. Let's see our time. And 13 seconds. Not too bad for a lack of bonus attack speed. Now let's do a Livid Dagger 1. Again, speed up the spawning. Alright, spawn the rev. Let's see if the bonus attack speed will help us. Alright, so that was noticeably slower. Let's actually check the number. And 26 seconds. Wow, that was double the time. Sheesh. Well, looks like bonus attack speed really did let us down a little bit. Well, I mean, doing more than twice your front hit damage with the Shadow Fury is going to land more damage, and that's going to spread the margins a lot. But now we're just going to do one for each again, just to see if we can beat our time, and if maybe the Livid Dagger can fare up a little bit better if we actually play better. So let's just do this again. Alright, second rev for the Shadow Fury. Alright, that was really fast. Let's check the time. And 10 seconds. That was less than our previous time. Sheesh. Alright, let's try the second one for the Livid Dagger. I highly doubt it will be able to stand up against that. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna try to butterfly click a little bit so we can get in that DPS. Oof. Alright. And 16 seconds! Well, at least that was better. But that's pretty much it. And let's head over back to our private island. So, basically what we have learned from all of this is that Shadow Fury is clearly superior to the Livid Dagger in almost every way, except of course attack speed. However, the absurd damage increase makes up for less hits, which in turn leads to obviously more DPS. And of course, you could use attack speed enrichments and reforges on your talismans to make up for that lack of bonus attack speed. But anyways, now I'm going to address two downsides to opting in to the Shadow Fury meta. And that is that, well, first of all, pricing is going to be a little bit of a problem if you don't have that much coins. Because, to put it simply, Livid Dagger is literally half the price of Shadow Fury. And that's talking about a clean Shadow Fury. Because a clean Shadow Fury costs 24 million coins the last time I checked. And the Livid Dagger, for a decent one, costs at least 10 million. So you're going to want to keep that in mind if you don't have that much coins. But the second caveat is that One for All has been rumored to be potentially nerfed in the near future. And that would obviously be pretty bad, because currently I have One for All in my Shadow Fury, and that is what I did all the tests with. So a nerf to One for All might not make Shadow Fury completely obsolete, but it might make it less viable and not that worth it. So, just a little warning for you if you're going to invest into a Shadow Fury right now. But anyways, I think this is a good place to wrap up my video here. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you want notifications once in a while, because we all know how YouTube notifications work. But just keep an eye out for new content. And finally, share this video with anybody that you know that wants to do more damage in Hypixel Skyblock in terms of selecting Livid Dagger versus Shadow Fury. So, anyways, keeping all that in mind, it is farewell to you all from yours truly, Lonk the Donk.